Okay, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Monday edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Parish Construction and Roofing. If you need an orthopedist, you go to Brock. If you need a roof, you call Parish. Unique Physique, uniquephysique.com, Restored Motions, restoredmotions.com, On Fire Athletes, platform powered by GameCoin. Good Monday morning, everybody. Hope your Monday is off to a great start. Hope you had a great weekend. I did. Yesterday was great. Sunday, we had St. Joseph's Academy graduation. So my niece, shout out Reese Anderman, graduated from St. Joe's. Busy week, graduation week for our fam. Y'all remember my niece, Sophia, she graduated from St. Jude School. So she's off to St. Joe's Academy next year. And y'all have met Olivia as well. So Olivia finished and graduated her program at St. Michael's, which is awesome. So busy weekend for our whole family. So great time. Hopefully everyone who's got grads in their lives and their families are having great celebrations and honoring their accomplishments. So cheers to everybody. Cheers to all the graduates. Okay, y'all. We'll say some good mornings here. Probably saw Jeff Duncan reported on Sunday that the Saints will not pursue Aaron Rodgers. I don't think that's a huge surprise. And to be clear, Jeff didn't report it as if it was a surprise. He's got clarification from someone he knows within the organization who said that wasn't something they were going to pursue. And that's fine. I would say that for a one-year bridge, I wouldn't mind it. Rodgers has said he'd play for $10 million. So that's a bargain. I mean, he's 41 years old. So, what really is his ceiling at this point? Don't know, really don't care. But one of the things that I know, this always stood out to me with Rodgers, whenever they drafted Jordan Love, he said, whenever the Packers drafted him, meaning Rodgers, Brett Favre was not good to him as a veteran player. And so Rodgers, didn't want to be that way to Jordan Love. So to that end, I think to have a veteran player who's a future Hall of Famer mentor your young quarterbacks for a year could be great. But at the same time, and Rodgers did play all 17 games last year. He was on a terrible team with the Jets, and I don't know that he's at a point where he's going to elevate a bad team to the playoffs. So if Rodgers plays another year, my guess is he would join a team that was already made for a playoff run. That's not really New Orleans. So for a lot of reasons, I think it doesn't make sense. It wouldn't make sense for Rodgers in New Orleans. I still would not be opposed at all to adding a veteran quarterback. Just to provide some stability for, even if you're not going to play the veteran quarterback, even to provide some stability for the young guys. Just something to think about as we get closer, like, just Teddy Bridgewater. I keep mentioning Teddy Bridgewater because it just seems like the most obvious. I know some have floated out the idea of the Saints trading for Jameis Winston. Wouldn't that be the ultimate acknowledgement of error? When you had Jameis, you could have re-signed him, could have made him your starter. You let him walk to sign Derek Carr, and 2 years later, Carr's gone, and you're looking to trade for Jameis. Wouldn't that be something? But it would make sense. You look at the Giants. They signed Jameis, Russ, drafted Jackson Dart. All three of those guys aren't going to play. Someone's going to be an odd man out. So there's that. And then the flip side of it, too, is I could also look at Cleveland, where they got 5 quarterbacks. So you got Deshaun Watson, Flacco, Wentz, Wentz, Kenny Pickett. And then Then they drafted Dylan Gabriel and Shadur. So, like, that's 5. And I'd say, aside from the rookies, any of those 3 veterans are guys that you happily have on your team. Watson comes with a lot of baggage. I get it. But anyway, all the point is, like, one of those guys is going to get cut, maybe 2. So do you wait to cut down and potentially sign one of those guys? I don't know. All right, let's say some good morning, y'all. Please smash the like button if you would, subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the page, share the post. We appreciate y'all for being there with us. Hey, Jerry, good morning. Spurge, good morning. Thomas, good morning. Brian, what's going on? Let's see, Brian from St. Petersburg. Okay. Seen every NFL stadium in the NFC South. Finally see Raymond James. There you go. How's the weather in Tampa this morning? Rooney, Tier 1, good morning. Mr. Fire for Nussmeyer. I need to print the shirts. Charlie, good morning. Brian, let me ask you, can you compare schemes to Maddox, but faster, the way his pictures are, the way the movement? Schemes to Greg Maddox. Okay. Yeah. Honestly, Brian, I don't think they're a lick alike. Every big league pitcher has movement on their pitches, but Skeens is going to overpower you with 100 miles an hour. Maddox was never that. He would rather induce weak contact than get 27 strikeouts, you know. I think I understand what you're saying, because you watch him pitch and both of them make the ball dance, but most big league pitchers do. But if you're on Twitter, Brian, follow something called the Pitching Ninja, and that'll put into perspective how good big leaguers are at what they do. Thank you, Jerry. Appreciate it, man. Good morning, Drew. That's you. Hey, Brad. Good morning. It's graduation month, man. Let's see. Fitness. Morning, Matt and everyone. Who will the Saints likely target since Rodgers isn't in consideration? If they do add a veteran, which, you know what? I'm not so sure they will. I think they should. I'm not so sure they will. But I would still say Teddy Bridgewater would be my choice. Hey, Jason Mobile, good morning. Whiskey and Wine with Flynn. I could see if Matt's interested. I don't know that he would be. I think what most don't understand is how all consuming of your Saturday whiskey and wine is. I know it's just like the post-game show, but you basically spend the day getting ready for the post-game show. And then when you're watching the game, you're not watching the game as a fan. You're watching the game, getting ready to do the post-game show. So it's a little all-encompassing, man. It's not it's not something everyone's going to want to do. Hey, Sean, thank God don't want A-Rod. I had LSU 18 and 12, so 19-11 is plus. Auburn series losing to Sammy. Oh, Sammy Dutton, yeah. Yeah, Sean, I got to go back and remember. I got to go back and listen. I can't remember if I picked 18 and 12 or 19 and 11. I'll hold myself accountable if I'm right or whatever, but I was right in that mix. I need to go look it up today. Dale, who are the top candidates for replacing Beth Torina? Dale, like I told y'all, I've made a few calls on that, and as much as it, on a personal level, I hate it because I think the world of Beth Torina, and I want her to coach at LSU forever. I'm also realistic, and I understand you can't lose to in-state schools and regionals twice in 3 years. However, I did get a text last night that would kind of indicate that that Beth is probably going to be back next year. The 2 freshmen on this year's team and the number 1 class and the $1.3 million buyout or whatever it is would be sticking points. But That was the impression I got last night. Again, that's not final. I'm not reporting anything. I'm just sharing information as I get it with you. So, let's see. Will Gidger get a medical red shirt for this season? Be back next year. Also, does he get to wear number 8 next season if he returns? So he's definitely returning. And he wouldn't need a medical red shirt because he's not going to pitch an additional year, right? So, like he wouldn't get drafted this year with a back. I did ask this, by the way. He wouldn't get drafted coming off back surgery. So there's no point in him, and so he'll be back next year. In what role, what capacity? Remember, they were working him to try to be a starter this year. So does he come back as a back bullpen guy? Does he come back and try to start? I don't know, but he'll be back. Thomas. Oh God, it's 7:32. All right, Thomas, here you go.
Parish Construction and Roofing. At Parish, we've got you covered. From the top of your roof, all the way down. Parish Construction and Roofing. Parish built. Parish built. Parish built. From your hometown. ParishBuilt.com.
Okay. Remember, if you need an orthopedic, go to Brock. If you need a roof, you call Parish. Also, Unique Physique, uniquephysique.com. And remember, that custom URL is still there, shopwithmatt.com. So Unique Aesthetics is going to be opening soon. And before they do, they are going to, they're offering all their services at like an extreme discount if you buy before they open. So if you pre-buy. So that's Botox, filler, wrinkle relaxant, laser hair removal, other laser therapies, all the aesthetic procedures. So men, women, either way, I would highly recommend, if you are interested in those products, services, you shop now because you're going to get incredible deals. And you get an additional 10% off if you use the code UPLoyal10 as in Unique Physique, UPLoyal10. You get 10% off. All right. Hey, Lowell, good morning. Tiger Diver, any thoughts on how Jay will pitch in Hoover? I mean, my guess is because they don't play until Friday, that they'll throw Anderson, but limit his pitch count. Like, I don't think it'll be a full go throw 100 pitches, whatever. I think he'll treat it just like he would a weekend. And so if Anderson wins and you get to Saturday, Einson pitches, probably the same thing. Maybe 70 pitches instead of going to 110. And I'm just using what they did with Skeens in 23. Skeens got the start, went like 3 2/3, against Arkansas. So that's probably what they would do. Hey, Jacob, good morning. Jerry, good job, Saints. Glad you're thinking better for not pursuing Rodgers. Why? I mean, aside from the fact that, like, some of you put, like, you just don't like him, why? I mean, tell me the benefit of not pursuing Rodgers. Christian, D1 projecting LSU to be the 7th seed in the tournament. What do you think? Fine by me. I just want to be a top 8. I don't care where LSU falls in that top 8. Just be in the top 8. Kyrie, LSU softball is a joke. Fielding decisions made out there were elementary level. Embarrassing way to lose. I know you love Beth, but is there time up? Do you think it should be? So I've talked about this a bunch already, Kyrie. So not to rehash the same thing. I think by everyone's standard, what happened is unacceptable. And if they did move on, I would understand. They haven't been to a Women's College World Series since 2017. So you're getting close to a decade. And even more so than that, because it is hard to get there and it's hard to win. Even more so than that, you just can't lose home regionals twice in 3 years to in-state schools, especially when you lost twice to in-state schools. So I get it. I do. I hate it, as you pointed out, but I get it. Had enough problems with Carr. Can't have more problems with Rodgers. What problems? Josh, as far as portal goes, player can only contact other schools once they enter the portal. A representative player can reach out anytime. Yes. And the player can contact, or the school can contact the player unless if they go in where they do not contact designation. But yes, the school can only reach out to the player formally whenever that player goes in the portal. But if the player has an agent representative, there's nothing to stop the agent or an independent third party from reaching out to a school, a booster, an administrator, something like that. And that's what happens. Tiger Poppy, what's up? Jason, if we were QB away, I'd love Rodgers, but we aren't. Us plus 26. Yeah, and to be clear, I'm not saying that if you added Rodgers, you'd be a contender. I said that a bit ago. I'm not saying that. What I would say is more of a stabilizer and an opportunity to get your young quarterbacks some experience of being thrown into the deep end, and you'd have a mentor of a future Hall of Famer. That's the appeal, not the fact that you go win a bunch of games. I don't think you would. The Mayo, Justin Collins, good morning. Austin Kidder, good morning. Kelly Gross, good morning. Hey, Brant, do we know regionals pair with BR? No, we won't know that until next Monday. So next Monday is Memorial Day. That's when the field is announced. Hey, Patrick, good morning. Congrats to your niece for graduating from SJA while the graduation ceremony occurs on a Sunday. Also, congrats to your brother getting a position at Notre Dame. That's big time. Yeah, man, lots of stuff going on in the fam. So I know as far as the graduations, like Catholic graduates at the River Center on, because it's at the River Center. I mean, when you have, I think there were 295 girls that graduated from SJA. So if you figure 300 girls, you know, how many family members per girl go per graduate? Between 4 and 10. I don't. So I mean, you're talking several thousand people in the stands. You know, so they have to have it at a venue like that. So Catholic graduates at the River Center on Saturday, and then St. Joe's graduates at River Center on Sunday. Joe Flacco, I'd be cool with. See, it's interesting why people would be cool with Flacco and not Rodgers. Both are 40-year-old quarterbacks. Both are former one-time Super Bowl winners. Why? See, it's essentially the same conversation from my perspective. Patrick, who do you project LSU pitching strategy? Yeah, so answer that. I think they'll throw Anderson. I don't know anything yet. I don't think they made a decision. When I do know, I'll tell you, but damn. Club, good morning, Matt. Oldest daughter and I are listening live on the way to school. Good morning, Kira. Good morning, Kira. Well, 7:29. I hope you're not at school already. Well, you might be, but I saw that message is 11 minutes old. Well, good morning, Kira. Hope you have an awesome day at school. Pay attention to all your teachers, take good notes, and treat everybody with kindness and respect. Hope you have an awesome day. Cheers. Chris Smith, good morning. Guy Brooks, good morning. Mr. Wallace, morning, Matt. Ever notice that Mike Triplett is Scotty Scheffler's doppelganger? Food for thought. I've never noticed. I've never thought about that. I will now. I'll bring that up to him next time I talk to him. Morning, Matt. With how successful baseball post game has been on Locked On, has thought crossed your mind to do that instead of whiskey and wine? It has. It absolutely has crossed my mind that I might do that. I don't know what I'm going to do, but that has crossed my mind. Abner, and I can do it from right here. Abner, Jeff, John, Leon, good morning. Saw a rumor Saints may trade for Tua. Have you seen this? Have not seen that. Let's see. Saints trade for Tua. What's not a rumor? That's just somebody. I'm looking at it here. That was just somebody on on a fan blog. It looks like. Projecting a trade. There's a big difference. There's a big difference between like someone reporting rumored interest or something like that, or someone say, the Saints should do this, should trade for Tua, and writing a story about it. Hey, Seth, good morning. Thomas, crack it up, Dale. Eric, same logic with man applies to Beth, especially in softball. Imagine the roster you can buy with the money you'd have spent on a buyout. True. Brian, let's see, Matt, with school ending soon, will mornings going to be switching to summer schedule with a later start time? Good question, Brian. But Drew is going to be going to St. Lillian for most of the summer. They have a really good summer program there. So whenever I know that schedule, Thursday's his last day. But when I know that schedule, I'll let you know. But good question. Thank you for asking. Hey, Jerry, what's good, man? Skeens pitch a complete game, 3 hits, gives up 1 run, and loses. I saw a stat. This was crazy. Here it is. This is the 6th time the Pirates have lost when Paul Skeens allowed 1 run or fewer. This guy notes that shouldn't happen in an entire career. It's happened 6 times in 33 starts. Total disgrace. Crazy. Skeens instinctive, overpowering, double trouble. Maddox cerebral, not overpowered. Through darts. And Maddox was MADDUX, not OX. Just throwing it out there. Lisa Strain, good morning. Westwood, man, you guys just escaped Carr. Don't pick up pitcher A-Rod. Don't do that to Kellen Moore. Right. Joe, hey, Matt from Germany, in your opinion, did the Saints trade Olave? Sounds like they're not interested in trading Olave. I'd be good with it. Did a whole video on it and segment on AFR on Friday. Because not only what do I want to get future assets, remember, you picked up Olave's 5th-year option, so he gets more expensive in 2026, and then you're going to have to re-sign him to a long-term deal. I'd rather sort of start over with another draft pick. Connor, I'm not okay retaining a coach because players are recruiting class intact. Connor, I don't disagree with you. Someone said it yesterday. It's a great example is Texas A&M baseball. They hired Michael Early basically to try to keep that roster together, and look what it did this year. Flacco doesn't take over the team from Kellen Moore. Maybe, who knows? Truett, morning, Scone. I say get Aaron. Maybe he'll expose Mickey on McAfee every month. All right, Stadub, good looking out. All right, I got to go. Thanks for being here, y'all. I did not, because we had graduation yesterday, I did not get to Locked On last night. My apologies. I fully plan on recording Locked On as soon as I drop off Drew at school. So I've Locked On this morning and then AFR at 3. Y'all have a great day.